Right guys, just a quick video. I wanted to show you my final setup that I've bought for the ZVE1. So I bought this little Peak Design case and I'll show you more about that. That's the 3 litre, it's really small, look at that. But I'll show you how much that can fit in. I did review a cheap Amazon version of this case, which is on my channel if you want to check that out. I don't recommend that. I recommend spending the money on the brilliant Peak Design stuff, as I'll come on to. So what did I settle in terms of my kit? Well, first of all, obviously we've got the ZVE1, and currently on it is probably my favourite lens actually, which is the 8-year-old Carl's Zeiss 16-35 f.4. Now, check out my review on that lens. The ZVE1 is more than capable of going down very low light with an f.4, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. f2.8 can film in near darkness on the ZVE1. f4 is low lit scenarios, absolutely no problem with fairly minimal noise. So I won't go into much detail about that lens because there is a full review of this lens and what it can produce and why I think it's a great lens. I got that second hand for £450, absolutely brilliant lens for that money. The next lens I've got is this Tamron, and this was, I don't know if it still is, the world's best selling lens because it's really versatile. It does a full 28-75 and it's f2.8, so it's really fast as well. You can see it's bigger than the Sony zoom, but it is an f2.8. It's probably about the same weight, maybe a bit heavier actually, and that Sony zoom's all made out of metal. This is plastic mainly, but this is a brilliant lens and you can see loads of reviews on that. I wanted something which would give me good reach and a zoom as well, basically taking me beyond where that takes me, which is up to 35mm. Now remember as well, you've got clear image zoom on this camera, which if you don't know what that is, you can just use the little zoom rocker which is on the front of the switch there, and with that you can zoom in 50% and it uses an algorithm. It's pretty good, it doesn't really lose anything in terms of quality, so you can push all these lenses up another 50% in focal range, which is brilliant. And my final lens, and I bought this for my stomach like that. My final lens, and I bought this for a specific purpose, is this tiny, and I mean tiny. I mean, let's put it next to this. Look, it's light, it's small. That's when it's on the camera there. Look how small that is. Look at the width difference. It's tiny, it hardly weighs anything. And that's the reason I bought this, because when I want to sort of go out with a lightweight setup and I don't want to take the bag necessarily, want something just that's pretty fast, it's f2.8. It's also at that focal length where it's 24, it's probably not quite as wide as you'd like really for vlogging type shots, but it's not bad. It does the job. I've even used it with dynamic active, no problem. And it's just a really good lens for when you want a tiny little setup. I used to have a Z30 Nikon, check my videos out on that, brilliant APS-C camera, and believe it or not, this with this is virtually the exact same size as my main Z30 APS-C setup, so you can't go wrong really. The other thing is, remember, Sony lenses, these two, that's got OSS in it, but even that works better with the inbuilt stabilization. For some reason, Sony lenses, it's something Sony keep to themselves, work better than the Tamron, which jumps around a bit. So whilst I got this Tamron because I like it, I like the size, I like how fast it is, bear in mind that the stabilization on this won't be as good as these two. Now, that's my kit. So this will cover me for most situations that I will shoot. I don't really need much more than this sort of focal length in terms of a zoom. Remember, I can increase that by 50% as well to over 100mm with the clear image zoom. So this is my new Peak Design camera bag. I pack it all in, and I'm trying to show him one angle. I'm just having to film this on my iPad because obviously my camera's there and I've only got one camera now. But this is, it's nice. It's got a zip there, little pocket, three sort of pockets within that where I put my memory cards, maybe get some batteries in there. It's got these expandable pockets at the side where you can get some batteries in there. Beautiful build quality. It's got a lifetime guarantee if you register it, which I still need to do. Nice handle. The zip is sort of waterproof. It's got this little zip on the front where you can just about squeeze a standard size mobile phone in this version. It's got a really nice strap with a sort of quick adjustment metal buckle on it there, and it's nicely padded. And this is the other thing it's got, and I'm going to show you why I really like this. It's got two of these, one on each side, which allows you to put a Peak Design clip on. And this is absolutely fantastic when you've got a small little bag like this, small setup, and you want to be walking around and quick access to your cameras. I'll show you. So overall, tiny little bag, as I say. I mean, look at it compared to the size of my hand to try and give you the idea. I've got quite big hands, but even still, it's really small. But believe it or not, I can get the camera and all of these lenses in and I'll show you now how I do that. Right, so hopefully you can see that. Sorry, it's not great filming on the iPad. I use a sock, believe it or not, the cost of these lenses, I mean, brand new, £600 or so that. I mean, it's nicely made, clickable aperture and everything. They can't put a lens bag in it, so I use a sock there, just to stop it getting scratched up. Best thing I've found to cover it. And with this one, you don't get a lens bag with that, but that's a bit more understandable because for what you get, it's actually a lot cheaper than a Sony lens. And I've got this this bag here, which I use. So they're my two lenses. Now, how do you squeeze all this into this tiny little bag? And there's the pocket I was talking about, the top. So how do you squeeze it? There is a divider which I just take out, I don't use. So what you do is, I put that in there. Then this just squeezes in at the end, there, like that. And then that goes in there, and then it just zips up, just. So you can see this, you see? And look at that. Talk about compact. I'll show you what it looks like on wearing it. So hopefully you can see me okay. So this is the bag with all of my kit in it. Look how small this is. Brilliant. Now you can wear these bags, you can actually change it so you can wear it around the waist like that if you wanted to. But I just tend to wear it like this. So it just goes over like so. When you want to use the bag, pull it forward, unzip and just take the camera out. Obviously I've got the way I've got it packed up at the moment, you wouldn't do that, but this is where well you would, but I just have to take that lens out first, then get the camera out, like this. But this is where these clips I mentioned come in. So this is a Peak Design capture clip on the edge here, and this bag is designed to take two of these actually. You can put one on each side. And this is the beauty of it. So once the camera's out, say you're walking around, wherever you are, just clips on like that. It's totally safe, won't drop off. You can put the camera back like that and walk around. You need the camera quickly, just press the button straight off. So I can put it on there, get my lenses out, swap my lenses, absolutely fantastic. So this has also got a security lock on it. So if you turn it like that, nobody can take it off without turning it back. And it's just really, really good. Hopefully you can see me. It's just a fantastic, small, light setup. And of course, sometimes if I'm going out, say on a night, on vacation, I'll maybe instead just take the really small lens and leave the bag at home. But out in the day, brilliant. So that's my small kit that I've bought for my ZVE1. I'm really happy with what I've bought. I think I've bought some good lenses. I've got a good selection of focal lengths and different use cases. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And what do you think? Do you think this is a good setup? What's your setup for your ZVE1 look like? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks, bye.